Okay, here with a video to talk to you guys about the first time you start up Bambu Studios to do our 3D printing. And I know that this is not the best way to make these videos, just kind of I'm using my phone to videotape a screen here, but it was really important to me to have you guys see what it looked like from a student point of view, not my point of view, the teacher. And the only way to do that, my technology wasn't working too good this morning, was to do that kind of this low-tech way. And so we're gonna try this and see if this works. I wanna get you guys going on this. And so I didn't really wanna delay while I figured out the tech stuff. Just wanted to kind of get started here. And so here we are. I've got a student's account here. JJ St. Charles was nice enough to let me use his account. And so I'm signed in as him. And so what you guys are going to be doing is you've already done a video where you created your STL file of your name tag keychain. For him, I just am going to do one that I created. And so I've got that downloaded right here. You can see it's an STL file as far as the type goes. And so that's the one that we're going to use. It's in the downloads file for this demonstration. All right, so Bambu Studios, it should be on your desktop right here, Bambu Studio. If it's not, you can always go down here and start typing Bambu and it should pop up. And then this is what it's gonna look like the first time that you open it. And this is what I wanted you guys to see, is hopefully yours is extremely similar to what his is going to look like, so we can kind of talk about how to install printers and various things like that. All right, and we are back here again with this now. And so we've got, this is what it looks like as it opens up. And so what we need to do here, hit get started. And we're in North America. And we can skip over joining their program. You guys don't need to do that. And here it asks us, okay, what kind of printer do we have? And so what we're gonna do first is we're gonna clear all the selections, okay? We don't wanna have to worry about that. What we do have for our printers here though now is this one right here, the Bambu Lab P1S. And it has a 0.4 millimeter nozzle, okay? So that's the only one that we wanna have selected now, okay? As far as the filament selections go, we can leave all of these selected as options that we can have. We don't need to limit these down necessarily. Okay, and then install the plugin. Sure, we hit finish. Okay, it's gonna go through this downloading the plugin, all that kind of stuff. It says the install successfully. So then we can close that out. And now we're good to go here. This new version, we might have our tech department do that. That's not something that you guys need to do on your end, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and make this bigger now, full size. And so this is what it looks like when you first open it. And you don't have to create an account. Certainly you could if you wanted to, I guess. What we're going to do is we're gonna go right into these tabs up here. And so this is where prepare is where we bring the STL in. We can move it around, navigate it, all that kind of good stuff, choose some different settings. Up here, preview, this is kind of showing what the print is going to look like. Up here on devices, this is where we connect to our different 3D printers. And those are the three that you're gonna use most often. Project gets into some different stuff and collaboration gets into some different stuff, none of which we'll really do. We're gonna go back to this device tab first. And what you guys had to do is add some 3D printers. We have 3 of them. On your Google Classroom assignment that you're going to get for this, you're gonna have a document, a piece of paper that will look like this, okay? And those 3 codes right there, what I'm gonna use to add a printer, okay? And so you'll have a digital copy of this with your assignment so that you'll be able to reference these numbers. But what we're going to do up here is we don't have any printers, right? These other devices right here though, these are the ones that we want to connect to. And so I'm gonna go just to grade E1 for now. And here's where it says, please input the printer access code, right? And so we're on grade E1, and so that would be that top one right there. And so that's what I'm gonna type in here real quick. And so you can see I got my number in there now, and I'm gonna hit confirm. And so what it's done now is it's kind of attached me to that printer that we have in our back room. And we can go and look at that in just a second here. There's 4 different types of filament attached in that printer. Those are represented right there, which is good. And so now we've kind of got a copy of our, I shouldn't say a copy, we've got a link to our 3D printer here. And so now we can go back to prepare. All right, and first thing I always like to do, there's a lot of settings over here. This can get pretty overwhelming here on the left-hand side, along here. The quick way to make your selection, so we've already watched a video where it talked about layer thickness, and then your base, your top, and your bottom layer thickness, and the infill density percentage and all that kind of stuff. There's a whole bunch of options, but for today we're going to keep it pretty simple, and we're going to use some of these presets, right? And so what these numbers right here over on the left, where it says like 0.08 and 0.12, 0.16, these are all referring to the layer thickness. The thinner the layer thickness, you're going to get much more high quality prints, but it's going to take forever, and it's going to use a lot more filament. And being as this is kind of our first time through it, we're not going to really go with the best. We're also not going to go with the worst. We're going to go right in here in the middle, and we're going to go with the standard. Okay, so that's 0.20. And it's going to come with some automatic things. So there's our layer height, our infill densities at 15%. That's plenty for what we're doing. We can leave that alone. There are some support options that you might want to, let's check that. We'll turn that on actually, and we'll see what generates when we bring our keychain print in. So we'll mess with some of these, but now let's bring our print in here, our STL file. Up here on the top, this one says add, and you can drag and drop. There's a lot of ways to do it. Downloads, and there's that STL file I was talking about, and you can see that comes in, and we've got that already in there, okay? So your STL file should be visible now after you did that, and then there's a few more options that are generated from that. You could add a whole nother plate, which is a different type of thing if you're worried about being efficient with the amount of things you have to print. This is one that we'll use, auto orient, in case yours was, kind of twisted or not the right direction, because you want to think about, how this prints. And then if you've got more than one thing to print, it can help you to auto arrange it and all that kind of stuff. This tool, if I click on this, it allows me to actually move my name tag around, on the green and the red axis, or I could take it up and things like that. It's not going to let you snap it off the bed very much. This is our rotation. And so let's say that I thought it should print like this. So I moved it 90 degrees, and you can see it already snapped to having the bottom of it touching the bed. So you could auto rotate it, or excuse me, you could rotate it manually with this button. This changes the scale. This makes it lay down on its face. You can click what face you want it to lay on. This is, you start talking about dividing your print into different filaments and things like that. Nothing we need to worry about for this activity. A bunch more tools and things like that. These are the main ones down here as far as manually moving it goes. But what we're actually going to do now is I'm going to let this, I moved it up on its end because I want to show you this auto orient tab. And so what it's going to do when I click this is it's going to snap it right back down to the best face to have on the bed in its opinion, okay? And then, if we want to center it, I could hit auto arrange, and I could let it rotate also during this arrangement, and you can see it's going to snap it to the very middle of the bed, which is just fine for what we want to do. So anyway, I went through those, I've got my keychain on here. You guys may need to do some more supports, but what we're going to do first before we see if there are supports needed is we have to slice this, okay? And so you go up here to this slice plate now, and you click that, and it's going to give you a bunch of stats right here, okay? And so it's going to say that, this is the amount of time it takes for each one of these things, the inner wall, outer wall. You see how it's orange? So that's our outer wall right there. Sparse infill, we don't see the top surface that we see. That's this red right here. That matches up with this. If we were to spin it and look at the bottom, we see this blue layer. And so the blue layer, that's our bottom surface, okay? And if you go over here to this tab, you can slide this little button down, and it actually breaks the layers apart. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. We'll zoom in a little closer. So by sliding this down, now I'm on the 16th layer, and this little burgundy grid stuff in here, this kind of waffle design, that's my infill, and that's that 15% infill is this in here. Okay, and so there's the inner wall, the yellow, right? Outer wall, it gives you all this stuff. It tells me this is my total filament that I'm gonna use, right? The cost would be about 12 cents based on the prices of buying filament from Bambu Labs. And so the preparation time, it takes 5 minutes, almost 6 to get it ready. And then the actual print itself is only gonna take a little over 11 minutes for a total of about 17 minutes, okay? And so then what we can see, I'm gonna take this back up. There was no real supports needed on mine. I don't have any big overhangs. Everything touches the bed that's needed. And so I don't have any goofy overhangs. But if you do have some overhangs and you want to kind of talk about how those print, you know, come get me and we can chat about the different options you have here for your supports, okay? So anyway, mine is now, in my opinion, ready to print. And so we've sliced it. And now what I want to do, before we actually print, is I like to sync up the 3D printer with my preview tab. And so up here, we've got this synchronized filament list. So if we click that, do you want to do that? Yes, we do. And we see we have a bunch of these kind of pop up. And I want to print mine in blue. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start, now it's showing me the 3 filaments that it has. I'm going to hit minus until there's just one left. And then I'm going to click on it, and here's my choices. And so that way I know that I'm going to get it in blue. No confusion by eliminating the other options and then going in and selecting the color that I want. So I'm going to go with blue so that that's done now. And now I have to reslice it because I changed some stuff. And so we've got it resliced, and now we are ready to print. So we can go ahead and hit print. And here's where we can double check if you installed all of them, you could do that. We're going to stick with Grady 1. That's the one that I added by that code. And so that's where you could change your printer and things like that. I've got the right filament that I want. I'm happy with all of that. This stuff lines up with what I saw. And so now I'm ready to print it. So now I just hit send, and you can see that it's sending print via the landline, which is a wireless connection. Successfully print. And so now it's connected me and moved me right over to the device tab of the 3D printer that I am now working with, okay? And so it's actually gonna head back there, and we'll go and kind of check some stuff out back there. I guess there's one more thing I could show you here. There is a camera attached to all of our different printers, and so this is probably what you'll see when it first comes to this device screen. But if you just hit this play button right here, it kind of wakes up your camera and it will connect your camera. And this is good to check to make sure there's nothing on the bed for you, right? These are some manual controls that we can hit to control our Grady printer over here. But right now what it's doing, it just reconnected. So you can see right here, these numbers are kind of climbing, right? And so this needs to get up to temperature, this needs to get up to temperature before it starts doing its first calibration and things like that. And you can tell, it will tell you exactly where it's at in the process, right? Heat bed is preheating, and so we haven't started printing yet. It's just kind of getting everything warmed up and ready. You can see our number is still climbing, and so you can kind of always go back to Bambu Studios on device and check in and see how things are going. Okay, so back here in this room is where our 3D printers are located. And so when we zoom in here, let me pull my camera back a little bit. You can see we've got some 3D printers back here. And the one that I printed to was Grady 1. And so how they go on this is 1, 2, and 3. That's how they're supposed to go anyway. And so you can see it's starting to do some stuff now. And this is that, pre-print process that it was talking about that was going to take a little over 5 minutes. Right, so it's done some preheating. You don't want to reach in there and touch things. Things could be hot. So we leave the glass closed. I just wanted to show you what it looked like. It's starting to zoom around and calibrate, and you can see those are the filaments that we had available. It's pulling the blue one in there and getting it ready to use. Depending on if there was a different color or something like that, it might have had a different one available. But we'll come back here in a little bit. If you want to see how things are going, right, we can actually go up here. That tells us what our heat and our bed and our nozzle and all that stuff are at. If we go up there to the home button, right, here's where it tells me what is it actually doing. And that's that Avery name tag keychain, which is good. That's what I sent it. And it kind of tells us where we're at, how things are going, right? And then it will actually start printing here in a little bit, and we'll come back and check on it. All right, just wanted to kind of bring you back in and see how things are going. So we're back at our program here, and it's starting to move around a little bit. What it's doing right now, this little thing in here is probably just a piece of filament that has fallen off. And so it's not gonna hurt anything, but we can go and clear it out. What it's doing right now is just auto bed leveling. And we can see it's, about 30% of the way through its, pre-print process. Our numbers are a lot higher over here as far as preheating goes and all that kind of thing. We can see that we're still good to go with our blue. I just kind of wanted to show you that. Okay, so it's just starting on our blue keychain here. It runs this little blue line at the front to kind of get the filament ready, and you can see it's already started with the shapes on the inside in there. It's starting to take shape already. We can kind of keep a watch on it from here. You'd want to leave this closed, of course, but that's just me. I'm kind of showing you what's going on in there. I know the glare isn't the best, but our video's going if we want to go check that out. And you can see up here, kind of showing our progress and seeing how everything's going. And back here again, and we can kind of see now that our camera, it's not live, it does like little snapshots. It doesn't give you full live video, but you can see how things are going. You can see where we're at in our process. Basically telling me there's 10 minutes left now, and that's including the pre-start time and all that kind of stuff. And so we can check back in here in 10 minutes. Okay, back here just to check in again. We can see that we're now 61% of the way through our print. You can see that it's definitely taking shape and looking like what we're expecting it to. I guess the thing that I wanted to share with you and kind of talk about is, at this point, really all you're looking for is just making sure that it's not globbed up on the nozzle, right? That the 3D print is actually sticking to the bed. If you see any problems where it's not sticking to the bed, if it's sticking to the nozzle, you can stop it here with your computer screen right down here, or you could actually go back to the machine and stop it manually back there with some buttons on that touchscreen. And so we're just kind of checking to make sure it's good, and probably we're done here until it finishes printing, and we'll check back in then. Okay, thanks. All right, coming back here to check back in. Kind of making some loud noises, but that's okay. It's basically just spooling out the extra blue. Okay, pushing it back out, kind of cleaning itself. And you can see that it's in its very last steps here, almost done. And now it's taking it away, taking it down, and the print is complete. Okay, and what I want to show you is how to take that off. The print bed itself shouldn't be like too hot to the touch. It goes to 55 degrees Celsius, which isn't like gonna burn you or anything, but you'll feel it and it'll feel warm. Okay, so these are metal build plates on the Bambu Lab printers. And so to take this off, they actually magnetically stick down. And so you just have to kind of lift it up and it sticks a little. And you can see that things are still stuck to it, okay? And so how we get it off there is you just take, let's see if I can get this here. And these actually kind of flex a little bit. And just by flexing it, that pops right off. And then I take this little blue part, pick it to one side, peel that off, and now this is good to go back in there. So I got my print off, and then if we look in there, you use this little tab here. Needs to line up right in the back there, right in there. And so we kind of go in on an angle and get our corners all lined up, and then it snaps itself right back down with the magnet, and it's good to go for the next person. And then we've got our 3D print here, our little keychain, and so all that's 3D printing. And just coming back here and looking one more time, so this says we're now at 100%. You can see I took my 3D printer off there, but everything's complete, and so you can just close this out. I usually don't save these, but you could if you wanted to, I guess. And then for here, it asks you about this, support stuff. And I think I do discard modified, and then you're all done.